Alright, so this is a New York store pick of a Rebel Distillers collection out of Pike's Liquor. And I'm excited. Because I know how this is. I'm excited.
I have no idea what I'm in for, except for the fact that I know that I love the 10-year single barrel, so...
Yeah, for real.
This is also the first bourbon I've had in 2 weeks, so I'm also excited about that.
Very fair. This is a good way to start it.
Actually, no. Is it 2 weeks or 3 weeks? How long ago was Memorial Day? Basically, that tasting with you was the last...
About 3.
Okay, so it's been 3 weeks.
Sweet nose.
It's fruity. Like a cherry.
Mm-hmm. It gives the same... That same kind of cherry note that the other wheated bourbons that use winter wheat.
Right.
It's like the sweet wheat and sweeter Maker's Mark products that aren't
I'd have to
the
agree
brown
with that.
sugary ones.
Caramel, I want to say, like a little bit of maybe toasted almond. It has a little bit of a nuttiness to it, but it's really faint.
I can see that. This is a Lux Row too, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah, it tracks a little bit.
Yeah. Because I mean, we got a lot of like nutty notes in the
Distillers Collect and in the Ezra 7.
Yes.
More so the Ezra 7. I mean, that was peanut brittle.
And the single barrel Rebel.
And this true. Mm-hmm.
So that does.
We need to revisit that one. It's been a long time.
I'll bring it back. Don't you worry. My palate has to adjust. I'm not sure what I'm getting right now.
I don't get much fruitiness.
No, I don't get any fruitiness on the palate.
It's like it turns into like the brown sugar caramel.
I get brown sugar, a little bit of tobacco, like aromatic sweet pipe tobacco.
Right. I was gonna say this doesn't really have any like drier notes to it. It's all on the sweeter end of things.
I get a lot of sweet. I do get a little bit of, I don't want to say pepper, but like some spice. Maybe
maybe it's oak spice.
Maybe it's probably just oak spice, yeah. But yeah, brown sugar for sure. Definitely a little bit of sweet, like vanilla tobacco. The finish isn't as creamy as I was expecting, but it's still a sweet finish.
Mm-hmm.
Like the finish is where I'm getting all that pepper.
It's like I guess the phrase I would kind of use is like a powdery sweetness, where it's like this, like the sweet cinnamon dust.
Yeah. That's a good way to put it.
Or like that's where like the brown sugar comes in. It's not like a vanilla or kind of creamy type of. It almost has that sort of. I don't want to say it has the texture, but it definitely has like the flavor of those kinds of powders that are sweet.
Yeah, it's more of like a. I know what you're talking about. I don't know what word it is.
Yeah, there's definitely a word.
I'd have to look up the flavor.
But we weren't English majors.
Yeah.
So.
I'm not an English major, first of all. Second of all, I'm an engineering major, so words are hard.
Describe it in an equation.
No.
This plus mouth equal good.
No.
So, this is a $50 bottle.
Definitely worth $50.
And I got it off of a trade for Hibiki Harmony.
So MSRP wise, you probably lost that.
MSRP wise, I lost almost double.
Yeah, but value
to my
wise,
taste and to value wise, I think I win.
Yeah, for sure. Because I mean,
to my taste, 100%.
Yeah, I would say for the value, you definitely do. Because I mean, how much? Like, what proof is that Hibiki? Was it like 83?
Like 86 or
86.
90.
So first of all, you're losing out on proof. Second of all, I feel like Centauri's whiskeys are just so faintly flavored that it's there's not that much to them. Like it's like the 10-year.
They're good quality, but they don't have
right.
They don't have flavor.
It's like the 10-year Basil Hayden's. Like sure, it's good whiskey, but like you watered it down to the point that it's not.
There's a toast one coming out.
A toasted
It's called Basil Hayden Toast.
I'll try it.
I would try it too, especially if it's under 50.
If it's under 50 is the golden question, the highlight of that, but
I feel like a Basil Hayden toasted barrel will that'll enhance it a lot for me because it'll add some of that complexity it's missing.
All right, so I'm just gonna go off on a tangent about Basil Hayden's real quick.
I don't like regular Basil Hayden, but you know.
I don't understand what they are doing with Basil Hayden's because it's one of their small batch premium lines, which I always considered they're marketing it towards like the non-bourbon drinkers as like this is the good stuff to non-bourbon drinkers because it's easy.
But then you would think that you would make stuff like the 10-year a higher proof to appeal to the people who want a 10-year.
Yes, like I don't understand why they're allocating so many of these products of Basil Hayden's to. Like, they're catering to it basically towards the niche audience of bourbon drinkers and lovers, but they're making all this stuff still 80 proof. Like, the 10-year is 80 proof. The rye is 80 proof. The dark rye and the rum cask rye are still low proof.
And a year ago, I'd have been like, 80 proof isn't that bad. Now I drink 80 proof, I'm like, I'm drinking water.
It goes down too easy. Like, you realize there's not a whole lot of flavor to it. That's my biggest gripe with Basil Hayden's is I don't know what they're trying to do anymore because they make it seem like, we're marketing this towards non-bourbon drinkers. This is the good bourbon for them. And I'm like, I totally see it because
but then they're also like, let's make a 10-year of it because the non-bourbon drinkers care about that.
And they make a toasted version of it because...
Which I am excited to try, but...
I'm not excited to spend the money on getting a bottle of it.
I would go halfsies on it.
We could probably go threesies on it. I'm sure that Ryan would.
You think that's less than $20 a piece if it's a $50 bottle? So
I'm okay with that. That's about the same as a good pour of whiskey at a bar.
Yeah.
So we'd be getting
a third of a bottle.
Yeah.
So.
I'm okay with that. That works for me. And I have some spare glass half pint bottles that I picked up for trading.
And I could also dump mine in a fifth and seal it, but
we got ways of working that out, but.
Yeah, let's bring it back to the Rebel.
So, I really like Rebel's products. Everything except for their base product is actually really good for the money.
And their base one is good for the money, but the problem is the money is $12.
Well, yes.
And there's only one bottle in that range that is good for $12, and that's Mellow
fucking Corn.
This video is sponsored by Not Mellow Corn because we don't have the views for that.
Which, have you checked out our Mellow Corn yet on Reddit?
Indeed, I have.
I knew that you would love it.
But yeah, this is at $50, and especially getting this off a trade from a bottle I got for free. Yeah, I fucking win.
Oh, for sure. I mean. Again, I think any bourbon is worth more than almost any Japanese whiskey. I have yet to be proven wrong. I'm more than happy for someone to try and prove me wrong, but if I have to spend $200 on a bottle of Japanese whiskey to be proven wrong...
Then you've been proven right.
Yeah, I mean, I'll spend money on a pour at a bar. I'll happily take whiskey for free, to try something new. But if you're telling me that I have to buy a $200 bottle to experience something being better than bourbon, probably not going to happen.
Yeah.
Especially because I have not seen the only high proof Japanese whiskey I have seen is that Kaio that I gave you.
The cast strength one.
And even that's only 104 proof.
It's because they a bunch of bitches.
Kinda, yeah. They drink very, 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 very mild whiskey in Japan. Don't know why, but...
It's because they a bunch of bitches. That being said, Rebel Distillers collection.